So, when I started my spiritual journey, it was all about what is it that I haven't been taught? What is it that I don't know about? What is it that has been kept from me that I want to remember? You know, when we are reincarnated here, we are reincarnated with a veil of forgetfulness. Did you know that? So, which is why it makes it difficult for you to remember other lifetimes. But when you've come here so many times, ding, 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 as I have, then you can kind of remember some of the things that you came here with or that you remember from other lifetimes. And it can help you and it can sometimes hinder you, especially if you don't understand what is really going on. When I was young, I used to say something's wrong with where we are. Like something's wrong with the way things are. This leadership being the masculine and doing things in such a masculine way when I'm used to more of a feminine dynamic and maintaining in a different way. It's just something when I came here. And even as a teenager, I was like, this shit is backwards. Like the divine feminine should be lifted on high. You know, you should be reverenced for your capabilities, your understanding, the portal within you, your heart, your love, all these things. And it was backwards. It's like somebody came here and turned this shit upside down and I'm sick and tired of it. Like, I mean, I knew it then and I was just like, something just ain't right. How many of you have said something just ain't right? Or you had a gift that came naturally to you and someone told you it just wasn't right. That's what happens. You come here naturally believing in who you are, but naturally believing in your capabilities, naturally believing in the love within that's naturally grown naturally. And I don't mean like something that was taught to you. I'm not talking about something you learned in school. I'm not talking about the certificates that you've received. I'm not talking about the bachelor's, master's, PhDs, doctorates, degrees that you've obtained. I'm talking about something that you naturally came here with. Isn't it kind of weird how it's like in order for you to be a professional at something, you have to go through all these means of learning something. But anything that you came here natural with, it's like, oh, well, you didn't learn that or you didn't. Unless you're certain people who are privileged enough to live that life and create your own. And you may feel limited because you feel like, well, I need to get XYZ before I'm able to go out and fulfill my dreams or my purpose. Anyway. Point is, I'm creating a series where we're going to be going through your natural gifts, your natural talents. What are you naturally good at and what it can do for you and bring forth your own individual abundance to help you with your own individual purpose without having to necessarily go to someone else to help you with your life's purpose. Of course, we're all collectively loving one another and helping each other on our journey. But what we also are doing is depending upon others for our healing, depending upon others for our purpose, depending upon others for their gifts because we feel like we don't have our own powers, depending upon someone else for their power, which they can give or take away from you, instead of depending upon yourself for your own power. Now, granted, again, we are a collective. Sometimes other people show us parts of who we are, meaning the way someone may treat you may show you who you are or what you value, because you may say, I don't tolerate that. You see what I'm saying? So other people allow you to be reflected back to you. So you then recognize who you are. Marriages are good for that. Friendships are good for that. Families are good for that. Your parents, your siblings, all of them, they're good for that. A stranger on the street that just says something just off kilter and you're like, what? Like, how dare they? You may not have realized that you had this boundary. You may not have realized that you had this understanding, even of power, right? But then someone triggers you and then you're like, the fuck? Like, how dare they, right? Now you realize, you know what? This is a boundary I won't allow people to cross. This is a boundary I need to set. Not only for strangers, but for people who are in my life on a regular basis. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's necessary that I come out here and help you guys and help you help each other grow and recognize your gifts, your powers. You ready? I can't wait. I'll see you soon.